double the racing to watch this weekend.
Yes.
With F1 officially starting back up. Testing was this week, but no one cares about testing. Bahrain is this weekend. Super excited. It's on Saturday, and if you're in America, so we get to watch it without having to record it or wake up super early or stay
Yeah.
super late.
I am so ready. I
Yeah.
watched the new season of Drive to Survive when it came out a couple days ago. Binge watched it, and I am so excited for F1 to be back. I know Red Bull dominance is probably going to continue,
It'll be.
but there's so many storylines this year. You have the last year of Carlos Sainz at Ferrari. What can he do? Can McLaren finally get off to a good start? And then the whole Aston Martin thing, will they be able to build on what they did last year, or will they kind of slide backward? The uptrend of Williams last year, James Vowles seems to be taking them in the right direction. Can they continue to climb through the midfield? And will Alpine ever figure out how to build a car?
Probably not. But it's also the last year of Hamilton with Mercedes, and he's been there
Yes.
for years. I mean, he's been the face of that organization since I've been watching racing pretty much. So, I mean, that's I hope he gets a win just to kind of celebrate or whatever.
The Mercedes looks a lot better than it did last year, we'll say. I know it's just testing, but Mercedes, McLaren, Ferrari all look right there for that second team spot. So the issue is Max Verstappen really doesn't have an off day. You're going to need something like Singapore last year where Red Bull just wildly missed for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
If Max does have an off day, I think any of Norris, Piastri, Leclerc, Sainz, Hamilton, or Russell are good enough to beat a Sergio Perez, but Max just doesn't have off days, and so it's going to be really hard if that Red Bull is as dominant as it looks for another driver to get a win.
Yeah, and if testing is a test to anything, Max Verstappen's going to win again this year, win another 17, 18, 19 races, whatever. And then Ferrari's going to continue the trend of winning the pole a lot and then doing nothing with it. So
They say that their new concept is worked on the tire wear a lot,
not to
which
screw themselves over. Is that their new concept?
I wish. If they can
They should
figure
paint
out,
that on their garage.
yeah,
Do not screw ourselves over.
but in Italian,
Yeah,
yes.
obviously.
But speaking of Ferrari and results, what's your podium for this weekend? Who do you think is going to be up there?
I have Max Verstappen winning. Big shocker to the many viewers out there. I have Norris second and Perez third. So I think Red Bull gets two of their dogs in there, two of their horses, both of their horses, and then I think Norris kind of squeaks in there second.
I also have Verstappen winning this race. I think just Max is so good, so consistent that even if somehow the Red Bull is not as good as we expect it to be, I still think Max gets it done. I think Leclerc is going to come home second. I actually have faith in this Ferrari. Testing was more promising than it's been in previous years. A lot more consistent mileage completed, which gives me hope that maybe they've figured out what they're doing. The influence of Fred Vasseur kind of getting their crap together, so to speak. And then I also have Lando Norris on the podium in third. I think that Perez might still be a little bit shaken from last year and his bad form that carried him through a lot of last season after the first few races. I think the more time you spend as Max Verstappen's teammate, if you're not on that pace, the more that's going to wear you down, the more pressure it's going to cause. And then with how good RB look so far in testing with Ricardo and Sonoda, there's going to be even more pressure on Perez for his seat. And I kind of think he's just going to crumble under that. So I have Norris taking that third podium spot and Perez missing out.
Yeah, I mean, first race, there's really a lot of wild cards out there, but everything will be answered this weekend, and then we can make a lot of better guesstimates moving forwards on how many races Max Verstappen will win. But yeah, super excited for Bahrain. F1 season will be underway officially, so you'll have S1 and NASCAR most weekends up until November. So
Yes.
just super stoked for racing, 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 racing.